Welcome fourth grade parents and students to our virtual back to school meet and greet. At this time, we'd like to share some general information about fourth grade and from our district.
Hi, welcome to our fourth grade virtual meet and greet. We will be going over some expectations for you today, and then immediately following this, we'll be available live for your questions. Tips for families. Help students set up a suitable study space. Establish positive routines for learning from home. Discuss the plan for the day ahead. Monitor the time spent engaging in online and offline learning. Encourage students to take responsibility as a learner. Plan regular check-ins with your student throughout the day. Engage in discussions with your child throughout the day regarding their learning and tasks. Encourage physical activity, conversation, and play. Be mindful of your child's stress and/or worry, and provide opportunities to discuss feelings and emotions.
We're going over student expectations. Students must log into the school's POP daily between the hours of 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. to be counted present for attendance. Students will send or receive information through Google Classroom. Adhere to the Google Meet norms. Abide by the school system's acceptable use policy. Have appropriate school dress at all times. Use polite language at all times. Mute microphone and use a chat box for questions. Attempt to keep background noise and distractions at a minimum. And promptly exit the meeting when it's done. Only accept Google Meet invitations from the school staff and put forth your best day.
Today I will be talking about what to expect. Lesson units will contain 5 components: direct instruction, guided practice, independent practice, formative assessments, and mastery assessments. Teachers will offer both recorded and live videos to assist students. Teachers will support the learning of individualized plans of all students representing special populations. Grades. Assignments will be graded and calculated for report cards.
At this time, we will be discussing attendance. Attendance will be tracked through school's POP. Students must log in daily, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. to be considered present for the academic day. Students must adequately complete assignments each day, and this means that logging in and logging back out will not count as the student being present for the day. They have to adequately complete their assignments. And teachers will check assignment submissions and attendance each weekday in order to determine a student's daily attendance record.
And we'd like to add that immediately upon completion of filming of that informational video, the district gave new guidelines that provide students the opportunity to log in through 11:59 p.m. daily to be considered present. At this time, we'd like to show a short introduction of each of us. We will begin with Ms. Lawrence. She will teach math and science. Her information is tlawrence@mcssk12.org.
Hello friends, and welcome to fourth grade. I am Tracy Lawrence, and this will be my 20th year in education. I spent my first 2 years at Meridianville Middle School as a 6th grade reading teacher. I spent 5 years in 3rd grade at Monrovia. I spent 9 years in 5th grade at MES. I was also an interventionist at Monrovia. And then for the last 2 years, I have been a reading specialist at Harvest. I am thrilled to be back home at Monrovia to teach 4th grade this year, math and science. I am a proud alumni of Alabama A&M University, and I am married to my college sweetheart, Scott. We have one son named Siler, who will be a 6th grader at Monrovia Middle this year, and we have a precious dog named Baker, and I am looking forward to a wonderful year with you. See you soon.
And at this time, we would like to show a quick introduction of Miss Tiffany Dill. She will teach reading and ELA, and her email is tdill@mcssk12.org.
Scholars and parents, my name is Tiffany Dill. I am so excited to be here at Monrovia Elementary. A little bit about myself. I taught in Huntsville City for 5 years, where I taught 3rd grade. Then I moved overseas to Abu Dhabi, where I taught pre-K for 5 years as well. Then I moved back to the Huntsville area, where I taught at Endeavor Elementary, 4th grade for 3 years. After that, I moved to China for 1 year, where I taught English at an international school for 1 year as well. I am so happy to be back home in the Huntsville area, where I'll be partnering here with Miss Lawrence. I will be teaching ELA to the 4th grade students on our team. I am so excited to get to know each and every one of you. I think we're going to have a wonderful year. I can't wait to meet you. Hello, Scott.
Okay, now we'll look at an example 4th grade schedule. This is a morning schedule that the students will follow. They will start their morning each day with the morning meeting with their homeroom teachers. The schedule this year allows for flexibility. So if the student prefers to take a class, like for example, math in the morning, and they would prefer to do reading in the afternoon, the schedule allows that flexibility. Students will be grouped into small groups. The grouping will happen after Labor Day. When the students are not in a small group for that day or that time, they will work on incomplete assignments independently. This will be an afternoon schedule. Once again, if they're not in a small group, they'll just work on incomplete assignments. We worked really hard to try to allow for flexibility. We know that the distance learning for this 9 weeks may be difficult. So we would like to allow flexibility for the students so the schedule can meet each student's needs. Now this week we will follow an alternate schedule. We will finish around lunchtime. This will allow for several opportunities to address individual needs.
And once again, we'd like to reiterate that attendance is pulled from schools PLP through the district. And as I said earlier, immediately upon completing the filming of this video, we were given the information that instead of between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., students have until 11:59 p.m. However, since we have elementary age students, we as teachers would prefer that our students still try and make that 7 p.m. deadline so that they can get their family time and their evening routine in and get plenty of rest. The school's PLP login will be the same login as your Google login. So we just received that information. If you have not yet signed up for Remind from the invitation sent over the weekend, please consider doing so. Ms. Dill and myself each sent out Remind links. We'd like to use this for teacher and parent communications and updates throughout the school year. Also with information changing on a daily and sometimes hourly basis. We think that this might be a great way to keep you as up to date as possible. We had questions listed on our Google form that we sent out last week, and we have compiled a few of the questions that were asked most often, and we wanted to answer those here. So one question we had is, how often will teachers be available for communication? We are always available through our email. You can catch us through Remind. The only thing that we would ask is that you be patient with us, as we will be filming lessons that will be pushed out to your student at a later time. And especially for the first week or so, we may have several people who email us with technology needs or just understanding exactly what they need to do next. But please know that we will get back to you in a timely manner just as soon as we possibly can. All right, another question that we had was, will students have access to Accelerated Reader? And we are excited to let you know that our new librarian, Miss Neal, is going to be working on providing remote access for Accelerated Reader, and she will have that ready to push the information out after Labor Day.
Okay, the next question is, will you be using school's PLP curriculum or a traditional curriculum? And we both in math, science, and reading and ELA will be using a combination of the school's PLP along with a traditional curriculum. The next question is, how much time will be spent on assignments daily? So the times will vary depending on the student. For example, one student may need 30 minutes to complete an assignment, whereas another student doesn't. So that's a difficult question to answer because it just depends on the child. Ms. Lawrence and I would like to thank you all for joining us today. We look forward to having an amazing school year. We will now go live for any additional questions.